The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. For the most intriguing wrestling stories and info on shows in multiple regions, subscribe to Facebook's #1 interactive community for professional wrestling today. We talk wrestling. Every Tuesday is the Blast with the Wrestle Talk podcast. Join the crew every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central for their takes on the major circuits, showcase interviews, and news on the #1 fantasy wrestling promotion, the FWWC. Visit them at facebook.com/Wrestle Talk podcast and at Wrestle Talk Cast on YouTube and X.
All of us here show appreciation and love to our first responders, military, and volunteers that help our nation as well as protect and serve us every day. Thank you for all you do.
Get ready for episode number 202 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast as we welcome the crafty, hard-fighting ring veteran carrying the pride of Denton County, Texas everywhere he goes, and the new SICW Central States champion, James Jefferies. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome here to episode number 202 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. And like I said, we're here live. Make sure you're sharing that show and make sure you come with your comments and questions, especially with a very wild week we've had, not just in pro wrestling, but just in pop culture and like some greats that have just passed this week. But of course, the one that really hits us, at least in regards to the world of professional wrestling, very deep, is the passing of the immortal Hulk Hogan at the age of 71. It just, to some people, including myself, it still doesn't seem real, but we know that it's real. And, we always go to, we always carry on and try to remember the best things about the legacy of Hulk Hogan. But what I will say here real quick before we get on is, this is one that really hits me in the feels a lot, because this is a guy who captivated me as a person in general, as a young child, as far as for something to believe in, something to, as far as like in life and what I'm going to do, And if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, there probably would be no Rough Cut Rick Ruby. In fact, I could probably guarantee you 100% there would not be no rough cut Rick Ruby, because nobody captivated anybody from outside of pop culture in society to bring the pro wrestling into the spotlight like Hulk Hogan did. And Yeah, it's something that I'm still trying to shake a little. You know, say what you want about the man, but we all have our mistakes. We all have our transgressions. We all have our faults. But we're not the one to judge. But we should remember what the person he was, but as far as what he did for this industry, and if he did not do what he did, definitely professional wrestling would not be where it is today. So, and I'm through the grave with those words, but it really took a big a big part of my childhood just laid to rest this past Thursday, and it does hurt. It does hurt, but we remember the best things. We carry on, and we have better things um to strive for. So, of course, with me as always, to the right of me is the Gem Cedar Mouse Zmiz, and of course, right below me, of course, is the Dirty Heel Austin Cage, and I mean, I'll open it to you guys. I mean, you can say little or whatever you want in regards as far as your take on the passing of Hulk Hogan, Zmiz. I'll go ahead and kind of lay it to you, because I know, maybe I know you're probably gonna have a different opinion that I do, because I grew up with the man since I was 8. So, but
Well, okay.
but Hulk Hogan did have a lot of influence with a lot of people, even just watching professional wrestling in general. In general,
So yeah. I mean, it's still. I can tell you, like, it takes me back to when I heard about Eddie passing for me. So
yeah.
so
Okay.
I think that's going to be where I have to bring the lines, because yes, Hogan played a role as me becoming a fan of professional wrestling. Yes, I was a Hulkamaniac at one time, but you got to remember when Hulk Hogan turned, I was a kid. I was
Yeah.
maybe 10 years old, right? So here's the guy that I heard my grandma praise and love and give all this admiration to as this sport. And remember, my great grandmothers who got me into professional wrestling. If it wasn't her, I would never have even known what it probably was. My dad was a small fan too, and he kind of kept it alive throughout the years. But when Hogan turned, it was everything like, no, screw that man. So that carried on. But then, Hogan is this legacy in professional wrestling that nobody can take away. Even though as an adult, my viewpoints might have changed about him, the person, right? The person behind the character. But the character itself, not only did we lose Ozzy like 2-3 days prior, and then we lose Hulk Hogan, two people that were, they were in a league of their own. They stood on a mountaintop like nobody else could. Hogan stretched over industries, right? Not just professional wrestling, over industries. He popped up in music videos. He did movies, commercials, small TV shows, wrestling. So like that man touched so many things, and to see what society from a whole, from a worldwide perspective, from New Japan to the wrestling promotions in the United States to the wrestling promotions in Europe, everybody came together and like mourned, had anger, whatever it may have been, but like we kind of came together as a wrestling community for a small bit because of it. And that itself is a testament to who Hulk Hogan was as the character and the individual. It's mind blowing. I didn't know we would have to be in a world without Hulk Hogan. Like that one is hard to really grasp in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree. Austin Cage, of course, the dirty heel himself. You being in the industry, and your take on what Hulk Hogan has done for the industry, and any thoughts on how it reflects on your involvement in wrestling or not?
Well, I mean, I like obviously Hogan's early days in the '80s and all that. I mean, I was born in '88, so I didn't get to see all that as a kid. I more got into it right around when he went to WCW and the NWO, like Zmiz said. And I like obviously my name's Heel, so I loved it when he turned heel because it was awesome because all me and friends were doing the for life, walking down the hallways, and then Rodman, I'm a Bulls fan, that made it even greater. But I mean, I like as a kid, I always loved his entrance music, like the Real American. Like I'd blast that on my
One of the
radio all the
best.
time. Like it was like the day he died. Like I'm leaving work and I ended up just blasting on my radio on the way home. Guy sitting next to me's like at the stoplight. I was like, "Yeah, you see it, Hulk Hogan. F you too, pal." But no, man, he's done everything like you said, Ruby, for the outlay of the company, wrestling worldwide. If we'd be here talking about it today if it wasn't for him.
It's really funny you bring up the Real American, as entrance music. My little brother, when Hogan came back to WWE, when the NW, by the way, still one of my favorite promos that Vince McMahon ever did was that little injection promo where the NW is coming back, but Hogan comes back and he adorns the red, white, the red and yellow again and all that kind of stuff. And my little brother Howie, who's like maybe 8 at the time when that all happened, the neighbor kid, and he would sit on the back porch and like 7 a.m, that kid is blaring Real American, just jamming out to it, singing it loud as crap. So like that just shows we're two different generations between Ruby and us two. Then that's another generation of kids that got to live that Hulkamaniac persona in some sense right on his back porch. And everybody that reached out to Slammer thought was really cool because that's the biggest Hulkamaniac in my eyes. Seeing him and talking to him a couple times this week has been rewarding as he does toy hunts and stuff out there. So.
Oh yeah. Like I said, yeah, and we've had Slammer on the show like few years, maybe a couple years back or so. But yeah, I mean, Slammer, the ultimate Hulkamaniac, for certain. But before we go on to our next phase here, I just want to say that usually don't do this. Been wanting to do it for quite a while, but right. Oh,
what are you doing?
I don't know. I've tried to go to my scene. Apparently not, but I don't know. I'm having some trouble here. I might. I don't know. Am I showing here?
You're showing.
I am showing.
The glare up head. That's about it.
Really? Oh, okay.
It's us three.
It's us three. Yeah, I know. It just says allocating some sources here. I'm trying to look at a couple things here real quick. Maybe through here. No. My computer is being a little weird, so I may have to maybe come back after a bit, but I'll work with it. Well, what I'll do here, guys, I usually don't do this, which means during the podcast, I usually don't partake in anything that will kind of relax me. But Hulk, this is for you, buddy.
Yeah.
We don't got it this year. This weekend.
Alcoholic beverage. So
yeah. So
I got a non-alcoholic summit from
tap to the screen.
Tap to the screen. Okay, let's
do
it.
There you go.
Hulk, rest in heaven, my friend.
Rest in peace, brother. Oh man, to say that word now is going to be weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's where I got, like, my mom can blame Hulk Hogan probably alone for the reason I say brother all the time.
And hey, Alan, I'll tell you what, this is the best can of Goat Whiz I've ever had ever. So that's what
I'm not a beer guy anymore, really, but it is good beer. It is a good beer.
Didn't they have that at
FanFest
in St. Louis?
Yeah, at FanFest 3.
Yeah.
We all tried it.
Yeah.
And you and I both were like, not a terrible beer.
110 calories in this can, 4 net carbs, and 4.2 ALC. So it's not bad.
But it was funny because like I was,
but it's light enough,
I was watching some of the segments from like TNA. They had Hogan on there. They kept on showing all the ones with him and Flair on there. Hands down, the best one's got to be the one where him, Sting, and Flair's all in the same ring, and like Flair's like, "You stupid son of a bitch! This ain't a game." that was the best one.
People underestimate how cool Hogan was actually during the TNA they did. I wish they didn't get as much flack, but
well, me and Chris got him to break at a TNA show. We were sitting second row. It was funny.
Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring our guest on for the evening. Of course, our guest is comes to us from the day out of Denton County, if you know what I mean. It's all in his ring attire. He's been a long time veteran of the business, and coming down here to the Midwest, he's actually made the best of his 2025, winning the Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royal, and also with SICW going up to Waterloo, Iowa for the George Tragos Fest Hall of Fame weekend, where SICW had that show, and he's come away with more gold, where Glenn Williams doesn't have anymore, unfortunately for Glenn Williams. But either way,
Austin's hard to say he cheated.
waiting in the shadows, no longer here. Let's bring on our guest of the evening. He's J Double himself, Mr. James Jefferies, everybody. Yes. There we go.
Hi, guys. How are you?
All right.
Dude,
how are you doing tonight, James?
Doing good. Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Obviously, I love the setup, actually, because it was like not even like a month and a half ago, we had a guest on here that had that same title, and now we have you on here with that title. And we'll
Hulk Hogan in the back.
Yeah, we'll
Hey, dude, I beated that wrestling buddy up a lot when I was a kid.
I don't think you're a big Hulk Hogan fan. I think you were just trying to beat him up, Z.
I had a Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior until I found my DDP. And then my Hogan and Ultimate Warrior got destroyed. They got rain damage, and they were really nasty. And I didn't know about it when I moved.
Hey, those wrestling buddies in a trampoline was the best thing ever.
100%.
Cage, I could see Zmiz doing that. The Hogan doing the diamond cutter, going self high five and throwing off.
Dude,
I bought this one later in life, but I had a Macho Man one growing up, and the nose has like black marks kind of from rubbing his face in the carpet and stuff as a kid.
My Hogan and Ultimate Warrior went everywhere with us. I legitimately used them as sleeping. I'd sleep on them when I was like, yeah, they were. I wanted the $1 Million Man though. My mom failed to get me the Ted DiBiase. That's the one I want.
But I know you see Hulk in the background, and I know we had a little group at the beginning of the show, but obviously you actually had a picture with Hogan yourself. I mean, you met him like within this past year when he was on the Real American Beer Tour. So your thoughts on Hogan as far as his influence with you, I guess growing up watching wrestling, and your thoughts on his passing.
I think, very similar. It just still doesn't seem real. And, I was born in '89, so I caught very vague memories of the Hulkamania stuff, but my longer term memories of when he was in NWO, and it was cool to see him turn back to, the Hulkamania stuff in WWE later on. So kind of getting to see that transition was awesome. But just, I feel like, like Hulk is like some people like Macho Man and Warrior, and they're just a moment in time, and they're once in a lifetime. And you think, hey, they're going to be around forever. It still feels like he's around, because if you get on social media and you get on the internet, I see so many tributes, so many people putting flowers at the Hogan's Hangout stuff, and I think he did so much for wrestling and so much for us that got into wrestling. I don't think. I mean, I know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, and
Mhm.
he just always. I still watch his matches, so it's definitely a big loss for the wrestling world, and I think he'll be very missed. I definitely will miss him, and am thankful for his contributions to the wrestling world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's in fact, I know at least here at Bush Stadium, what was it, Friday night or whatever. I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday night, but they actually, in between innings, they actually played his
Intro.
his Titantron video in between innings, and with the Real American going on. This is the one that where after he came back like in 2002 or yeah, and all that. So which was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, no, it's yeah, no, he is definitely going to be missed for sure. And you know, he's just a treasure. I mean, there's other treasures that we lost, and that that landmarked, in the world of wrestling. Of course, Dusty Rhodes, uh, Harley Race, Terry Funk. These iconic legends. But Hogan is the one that really set the stage to get that name out there, and then he just had that. We get a muscle, bodybuilder, bleach blonde out of California, and he's all cool, and he had the charisma to basically captivate just about anybody who that was watching the TV screen, and he just happened to be appearing in on the screen. So he was a very captivative individual for
Yeah,
certain.
yeah, and I think too, like, I mean, you guys, I'm sure have experienced this as well. But you could talk to any non wrestling fan, and they'll be like, "Oh, you'll say, hey, I'm a pro wrestler or a pro wrestling fan," and they'll be like, "Oh, that's that stuff that Hulk Hogan does."
Mm-hmm.
Even to this day, you know, I mean, he's still remembered, and I think he'll be remembered, long after, kind of like the Michael Jacksons and just Prince and these guys who transcended their industry. I think people are just always going to talk about him and always going to want to remember him. So I think it says a lot about him as a performer. So
I mean,
Man,
I'm gonna bring up Vince one more time on Twitter when he or X, sorry, when he posted about his thing. Hogan was the first. I mean, Piper. Everyone's done a little bit of dabbling in acting and stuff, right? They all did certain things, but Hogan was the guy that legitimately broke that mold of professional wrestler to actor, gave the room for The Rock to run stupid like he's done, and now John Cena is going crazy. There's a lot of other wrestlers that are starting to make those bridges. MJF just showed up in Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore too, and I heard that's freaking
Hello.
hilarious. Becky Lynch was on there, Nikki Bell, So there's all these people that got to experience a different aspect of professional wrestling, a different aspect after professional wrestling too, or even why they're in it. That Hogan set the stage for. So there's a lot that he's done. That he's going to transcend and has transcended exactly what the business was, what it could have been. He gets up there with Willie, Ozzy, all those guys that we think these bigger, larger than life people that had these platforms.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
You're not coming through, Bubba. We're not hearing you,
Who?
Rooster.
Me?
No Mike.
No.
Oh,
No Ruby.
oh yeah, I did that. I did that, for a purpose. Sorry,
What? What'd you
So,
fart?
sometimes
Nasty.
my little typing makes too much noise, and I gotta mute the sound.
Mhm.
I don't want to make too much sound. So so that's crazy. I didn't know and this is not no stab at anything because I don't know much, but my gosh, knowing that you were born in '89, so that makes me feel
A
even older.
fossil.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, much more awful. Appreciate it. Um, hey, Zmiz has got about a couple years too, but we're not
I got
we're not
both of them.
talking about that, are we?
Yeah, I got both of them by a couple years because Austin said he's 88. I'm 86. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Good years, good years.
yeah.
yeah, we were born to the right generation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the last of the generation that got a foot up their ass compared to kids.
No,
Oh, yeah.
we were the last generation with the foot up our asses.
That's what I'm saying. I was saying we were the last generation that got a foot up their ass. These kids today don't get nothing.
I was the last generation in elementary school when the paddles were still up and swinging
That's-
from the
that's-
principal's office.
That's not true. If
19
you ask my son, I probably treat them as just Gen X as my mom and dad treated me.
Well, at least with this generation, they try to say it's child abuse. Ours was like, get over it.
Uh,
I'm not going to
Yeah.
touch that one.
I will. Give me the 10-foot pole. I'll hit it over the head with it.
oh, my goodness.
Austin
So-
Cage people.
Well, and also, like I said, I think Mr. Jeffries and I met for the very first time, just in general, at MAC 2,
Yep.
I believe so, with the Missouri Athletic Club show.
Yep.
Him and I were scheduled. We're put together in a bout, and let me just say this guy is he's a workhorse. I'll tell you.
Did he beat you?
Say what?
Did he beat you, or did you beat him?
No, I lost. But
See, I don't like this guy. No, I'm just kidding.
Zmiz, why do you just keep asking? Because you know about 9 times out of 10, when you ask me about
It wasn't a
something
battle
I
royale.
lost,
It
you
wasn't
know
a battle
what
royale.
else was going to be.
But he would have beat you at that too, because he won this year's battle royale at SICW FanFest 3, the Bruiser Brody, Larry Madison, Costa battle royale, Memorial Battle Royale. A lot of words.
Yeah, it was awesome getting in there with you, Rick, because I mean that was such a fun event. I'd never wrestled in a building like that before, and
Uh-huh.
you're a fantastic wrestler, and I mean it was fun. I mean I had everything I can do and to defeat you, and I mean I got lucky with a crossbody off the top rope, so.
Yeah,
You know.
and I take too much time trying to think I got you in the corner, and I'm like, oh, I got this, and you just slip out, and
Yeah,
always
every
buckle
time you
hard.
got your hands on me, you were throwing me corner to corner. I'm like, man, I gotta dip away from this guy, and
I'm a bear and don't care. I mean,
So Jeffrey was smart. He used his speed and his agility to get one over the big guy. Okay. Respect.
I tried, but I tell
Respect.
you what, he's tough, and I mean, I'd love to get in there with you again and wrestle you, and I mean, you're a workhorse in the ring, and much respect for you, much respect.
I appreciate it, even though Zmiz makes me sound like a Mongo when I'm trying to wrestle him.
Oh gosh,
Or some Mongo
no.
for Blazing Saddles.
Maybe you should bring more of that aggression, maybe.
Mongo like tassel.
We mangle Jeffrey. We mangle him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
My first experience was at the FanFest, actually, and I was super impressed. I had to go back and find some matches of yours because the FanFest, you brought it in your match with Warhorse at the beginning of the show and put on one stellar match. And then you came back for the Battle Royale and cemented your legacy there in SICW, becoming the next Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royale winner. So hats off to you, sir. Hats off.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. It was and that Warhorse, he's tough, but man, he's talented. He's talented, and I think the world of him as a wrestler, and it was an honor, to win the Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royal. I've gotten to know Barbara over the years, and she's fantastic. So anything, I'm just so thankful to have been able to win the Battle Royal, and I hope to do Bruiser Brody proud, and hope to do SICW proud, because when they bring me in, they take a chance on me, and I just want to represent myself well and win over the wrestling fans, and represent the company of SICW. So that they've always been great to me. So that fan was a good time. I had a blast.
Yeah, that always seems to be really. I mean, like you said, the 3 times that we've been, and we're always going back to FanFest. If it comes back again, we'll definitely be there. But yeah, 3 was bigger. They seemed to if not bigger, they had better, much better.
Yep.
What was it 2? The FanFest 2, they had like 50, 40 or 50 names there, and it seemed like oversaturated. Sure, it
Yeah.
would be good to meet everybody you can, but you can't meet everybody that you love in this business in one freaking day. You got
Yeah.
to narrow down what you think most people would want to see and then bring them in. But I'll tell you, Herb Simmons pulled out a lot of stops for FanFest 3.
Yeah, and that's one thing about Herb too, is Herb he loves the wrestling fans from a genuine standpoint. I mean, he just wants people to come and enjoy wrestling like he enjoyed wrestling. And I've been to all the FanFests. It's so much to take in, and there's so much fun that if it's not on your bucket list, and you haven't been before, definitely check out next year's FanFest, because it's a good time. It's a good time.
Oh yeah, I mean,
No, the
absolutely.
Herb.
So you build your
Herb's,
what? What are you saying? Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Herb
No,
just said good evening.
Oh, well, I'm trying to read what Ruby sent me, so I'm not.
yeah,
I'm not on
yeah,
the
guys,
cues
check
for
the
the
private chat. So I mean,
the cues for the thing yet.
we're chatting behind James back here.
So James Jefferies, you bill yourself out of Daytona Country, Texas, where you were introduced coming down to the ring, which was where Von Erichses are from. Okay, so you're coming from the home of Von Erichses. What captivated you most about the Von Erichs family, and do you have a favorite out of them all?
Yes, I do. So, what captivated me the most about the Von Erichs, they just like, if you watch any of the world class programming, I just think that the wrestling fans that went to those shows, and particularly with the Von Erichs, I just thought the wrestling fans were so into their matches, and the brothers wanted to do good for the fans, you know? And, I think they were all about family, God, and country. And being from a small town, I just kind of resonated with them a little bit. They think that they had similar beliefs that, all of us went through growing up, or all of us, our parents shared with us. So, and I liked it too because they were brothers that wrestled. And my dad was an amateur wrestler, and I have 2 brothers, Solomon and Keith. And we wanted to be just like our dad. So we went into amateur wrestling. And when I first learned about the Von Erichs, I'm like, I had a book. It was like wrestling history. And it, had a chapter in there. It said, the tragedy of the Von Erichs. So I'm reading through it, and I'm like, oh, these are brothers that wrestled. They wanted to be like their dad. And I just, as a guy who had brothers, I just, that kind of resonated with me, you know? So, and, World Class was done, of course, for a few years before I got into wrestling. and just watching as a fan, and I had to watch a lot of that stuff back, but it just felt so intimate, and it reminds me a lot of the indies, like indie wrestling. There's no guardrail for most of these things. People come right up to you and high five, ask for autographs. I just thought it was so cool, like they really inspired me to want to be a wrestler. And my favorite is Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado. I basically stole all their stuff. Discus ball, tassels on the boots, the robe. I mean, I just always wanted to be like them. So, yeah. I hope I answered your question.
You answered. I'm not even. I'm not. I'm just now learning about the Von Erichs. I'm really now digging into them a lot, mainly because Ruby is as my mentor. Just like with Herb, I've dug more into Brody's stuff and Stan Hansen and that kind of stuff because he's kind of opened that door for me to like, hey, go check these people out, because I'd be like, I like JBL or I like this person. And they're like, this is where you got it from kind of thing. And Ruby's kind of done the same thing with me. I'm a big Texas Tornado fan, actually. Getting into his stuff and Kerry stuff, I'm really enjoying him and where he shined. So it's really cool. It's really cool that you took that inspiration because for me, it's like Ric Flair, Arn Anderson promos, because I wanted to be the commentator guy, that stuff. You're the wrestler. So I understand that whole like stealing from them, like, hey, I like what they did. It worked. Let's kind of make it this and see if I can push it this way and stuff. So yeah, I get it.
Yes. And I think everybody, just like we're saying here, everybody has just one guy or gal that they just kind of do it for you. And Kerry was my guy, like Rick, you said Hulk, was your guy. I mean, it's just, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson for you. I mean, Austin, I'm sure you have a guy or gal that, hey, you're just like, hey, I love all their matches, how they present themselves, everything. Right?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels. Fantastic. Yeah, I just think everybody that got into wrestling has somebody that, hey, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Or that's my gal. That's my inspiration. So it's, I don't know. I get pumped up.
No, you're right. Because like, what drawed me to wrestling, yes, the wrestling part was fun. It was the character. It was the conversation. It was the words that were being said and how they backed it up made wrestling cool to me. It wasn't just what was happening in the ring. So for you, the Von Erichs, what they were doing in the ring really talked to you. I liked the whole package, and like that's why Ric Flair always stands out to me, is because Ric Flair, and Hogan said this too, Ric Flair is the package. He was the guy that had the wrestling down, character down. You believed who he was. You understood what he was, all that kind of stuff. So for me, it will always be Rick. And then obviously where my name comes from, the Miz definitely took over that mantle of Ric Flair for me as being that guy that was able to talk and get you invested in what they were saying, that you knew either he was going to win or get his butt kicked. And that's what makes wrestling special in that sense for me. So I love it. I love that we're having this conversation with the guys that got us in business and wanted to pursue this and push for it. So yeah, it's really cool. Opens another world.
Yeah.
Well, like you mentioned, the Von Erich. Go ahead.
I was going to say, regardless, when we're talking about the Von Erichs, I had that. Frank Murphy posting in with this. Would you at any point use the claw in your arsenal? Nope.
I got a funny story behind that. Is it okay if I share it?
Yes.
So when I first started in wrestling, so a little backstory. So Baron Von Raschke.
Oh, yes.
For me, he was my foot in the door into wrestling. I met him at an indie show, and I said, hey, Baron, how do you get into wrestling? Where do you go to learn it? And I had no idea that the indies existed, and the only wrestling school I knew of was OVW. Well, and he said, hey, leave me your name and your phone number, your address. And he said Brad Hennigan's is a guy I would send you to get trained to wrestle. So he called me like 2 weeks later, gave me Brad's address, and Brad was no longer training people. And so Barron called me back, and he sent me to Harley Race, and I was a little small for Harley's school at the time. And Harley Race sent me to TS Aggressor and Johnny Fitness in Iowa. Well, TS had done shows for Harley and was trained by Brad Reinekens. So it all kind of connected, just the dots connected for me. But getting back to, would I ever use the claw, or, how this relates. So it was like my second year in wrestling, and Barron came down to do an appearance at one of our shows. And I put the claw on somebody in a 6-person tag at 125 pounds at the time. I don't have hands like the Von Erichs or Danny Hodge, so it's not very believable. But I put it on, and my trainer goes, James, did you use the claw? I said, yes, sir. He goes, don't do that again. So, and, they always say, hey, if you get lost, grab a hold, right? I don't know how far you guys pull back the curtain. Well, that was my genius hold when I got lost, was grab the claw. And I'm thinking, oh, God, it was just a brain fart that I should have done. But I will never use it ever again. So
next move, choke slam.
Yep. That one. People are going to believe that, right? 5'7". Ooh, right?
If Hurricane can do it,
dude, I
can too.
want to see him. I want to see James James try to choke slam Texan now.
It ain't going to be very devastating.
He would lariat your head right off, brother.
And Texan's so tall, I ain't even going to be able to get him off his feet, because by the time I reach up, he ain't going to go anywhere.
I love it.
Oh man.
Austin, my apologies for cutting in. I guess I guess I had a miscue on that, but if you got something to ask, go ahead and ask.
No, like you mentioned the Von Erichs. I was like, my uncle used to let me watch a lot of the older stuff with him, and he made me a Freebirds fan, mainly against Hayes. And that was hands down some of the best stuff I've ever seen in my life. Oh, there, Jim.
I'll jump.
I love Jim. He's such a good guy.
What a great. Right?
Oh man!
I know Jim would jump. I know he would jump for me. Jim, just give me a choke slam next time you see me.
He's definitely one of the favorite heads I've met since my journey learning the ropes in professional wrestling. So
yeah, he's a good guy, and the Freebirds, they're great. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Bruiser Brody. The Von Erichs brought Bruiser Brody in to help them against the Freebirds.
Mm-hmm.
Freebirds, I think, too, they're kind of one of the first cool bad guys, because I think as much as they were hated in Texas wrestling, I think people love them because they knew they were entertaining and that they were good. And they made for some of the best matches in history. So,
Michael P. that dude has charisma that pours out of him. Like anytime he came out in any of those videos, just like the little shake shimmy thing he would do, you're like, I don't even understand this. Like, why are you so good at doing nothing? But who was that? Teddy? I think it was Teddy just recently said that's the art of professional wrestling, is getting good at doing nothing and getting paid for it.
Man, he sure could piss the people off.
Oh, 100%. And he didn't have to.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do anything.
Von Erichs, you know what I mean? They were good opponents for him. It's just, I don't know, that whole promotion, they had Freebirds, Chris Adams, Jimmy Garvin,
Oh,
kind of the alternate
oh
of the
yeah, Gino
Freebirds,
Hernandez.
Gino
Little,
Hernandez, the Super D's,
yeah,
Iceman King Parsons. They just
yeah,
had so many talented guys.
So,
yeah.
so you kind of touched on it already a little bit. I'm just going to butt in and because I have a question on my head.
Yep.
So you kind of touched on how you got started in the business, how you got your foot in. How long did you have to actually, work to get your first match, and how did that first match really come together? And what was the outcome of the first match?
So I trained for probably 6 months before I had my first match. And um, back at the time, we were working with this group out of Muscatine, Iowa. And um, TS, Travis is his real name. Travis said, "Hey, we want to put you on one of these shows down in Muscatine against a guy named Anthony Draven." And I was so excited. You train for months and months trying to learn wrestling, and they put you in the ring after six, and and they never put anybody in the wrestling ring unless they thought you were ready. So um, I can remember, I mean, most of that day, as I think a lot of guys and gals can remember about their first wrestling matches. Um, it just was, it was fun. I lost to Anthony Draven. He had kind of a kabuki type gimmick, and he sprayed me with the mist, and he super kicked me 1, 2, 3, and I remember I couldn't wait till the next match. You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of catch the bug of wanting to get in there and performing. So it's pretty contagious.
Oh
But
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I would say too, overall I trained for about a year before Travis said, "Hey, you don't have to come to training all the time anymore." I mean, I still went because I think you're never done learning. But he's like,
amen.
"Hey, all you need to do now is just get on shows and get reps." And they put you in there with more talented guys, that have been working longer. And it's, we all come in the same way, I think. We all have different stories, but you get in there with more experienced wrestlers, and that's when I think you really keep learning, you know. So and Travis and Johnny Fitness were great coaches too. They took good care of us. They cared. That's what was so great about going to their school is they didn't put you in there unless you were ready, and they made sure you were taken care of. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Austin did. I think Austin I was chatting with here. Did you happen to see what I got for you, bud?
Mm.
Yeah, look that over. Um, so I guess I'll. What happened?
Look at her. What I remember about my first match I promoted was I hadn't
Hadn't done
done
it.
it. I wish I hadn't done
stop it, Herb. I think you're doing just fine.
Hey, just so you know, your new champion, Herb, said that FanFest 4 is happening already.
You guys are gonna get me heat, more heat than I already got myself. I hope it's happening. I hope so.
Oh, we all do. We all do. I don't care if it's me at TV tapings for Herb or me here or me on We Talk Wrestling. I'm still gonna hope for a FanFest 4. I really do. It's something very special for the community, in my opinion.
Absolutely, 100%.
So, like, after you had a couple years in the business, after you got your feet wet and you felt comfortable, was there any wrestlers that you worked with on a regular basis that you could ask questions for guidance and all that? Like, if you needed
Yeah,
advice?
so I worked with my trainer, TS Travis, a few times in the ring, and he's always been kind of my blueprint. I've always aspired to be like him. Just he conducted himself in the locker room, how he, you know, his wrestling ability. He just, you have to know him. And if you guys ever get a chance to meet him, he is one of the most fantastic people I've ever met. You know, he was a groomsman in my wedding. He's just a very good guy. So I always, to this day, pick his brain for advice, you know. And, you know, other guys like AJ Smooth helped me a lot. Justin Decent and another guy named the Supercedo Kid. They were the class before me. And I feel like when I was training, I wanted to be a tackling dump for them, you know, because they were on all the shows and I just wanted to learn and absorb as much as I could so that I could get in there anybody. But, you know, those are some guys that come to mind that really helped me. So they were always good with me.
Have you what's like outside of like, you know, local names like the guys you just mentioned, is there any huge big time names you ever got to work?
Yeah, I got to wrestle Bob Holly. I got to wrestle Austin Aries. I teamed with Hacksaw Jim Duggan a few times. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. Who else? I had Killer B Brian Blair's last match. James Beard, referee down in World Class, and he still, you know, does a lot with different promotions today. He was just up in Waterloo. He's, you know, a good friend of mine. Worked with him many times. Gosh, who else? I'm having a brain fart on some of the other ones, but you know, those guys that I just mentioned, I mean, they were all good with me, you know, and like a few of them, like Austin Aries. His first booking outside of Minnesota was for Impact Pro Wrestling, my home promotion in Iowa. And he was around on many shows before I ever got a chance to work with him. You know, when I finally got to wrestle him, he had been to TNA and he just left WWE. So it was always cool watching him on the shows and then finally getting to work with him. Hacksaw is fantastic. Just a good human being and everything that's good about wrestling. And Hardcore Holly is a gentleman and a tough guy.
Beat your ass.
He did. He did too. But yeah,
that was one man I would not want to take a chop from.
Oh man, I took like 3 or 4.
So then you're ready for Gunther.
What's that?
I said then you're ready for Gunther.
No, I'm not ready for that. I had my fill. But I mean, I probably had that chop mark on my chest for about a month after I wrestled Bob Holly. But I'd do it all over again.
Yeah. Wow.
Texans wanted to chop me for a while.
I wouldn't want one from him.
I don't want one from him at all. No. I've avoided it for a long time.
He's got those big mitts. You know?
Yeah.
Over the hands are worse. I don't care what nobody says.
Yep.
Over the hand chops.
Brian Pillman used to do those all the time. If you watch old WCW stuff, he's always doing it overhands.
Yeah. I find myself going more to the overhand in my arsenal these days. And I'm like, how can I not kill this guy?
That's your job.
I love the knife edge, don't get me wrong, but something just tells me like, oh, just come over the top. Just do it, you know?
It makes sense.
Right above the nipple.
Yep.
Just
I forgot who. I don't know if I saw it. Like, I saw somebody take a chop over the hand, and then they just like they did like a scream crying, saying crying about their nipple. I'm about dying laughing. I forgot who it was though. I've seen it.
Hey, oh, that shit hurts. The nipple, that shit hurts. It's like a damn sting. Just goes through your whole body.
Oh my god.
Brian Christopher's ass did that to me. God rest his soul and all that, but he did that to me, and I was like, son of a bitch. I'm sitting here in the corner like this, bent down, just like doing
They hurt. They hurt.
Oh my god. So speaking of hurt, I'm going to take this question here because I'm just I'm an off and on guy these days with finding relief with just everyday aches in my stage in life, and trying to find a way around it. But we, I mean, eventually someone. If I'm going to say this is that if you do not get hurt in one way, shape, or form in your in ring career, then you're not doing something right. And I know it sounds bad to say, but you got to put your effort in. You can't just crawl up in a square bubble that's cushioned by bubble wrap to to get by. So, can you recall the worst injury that you've encountered in the ring? How long did it set you out for? And is it affecting you today in your in ring performance?
I've been very lucky to not have any very serious injuries. I'm going to knock on wood just a second.
There you
I get superstitious about that. So I have had 2 concussions wrestling, but I have been very lucky as far as breaks and just I've managed to avoid it, So I just that it never happens. But like you said, we all understand that it could happen each and every time we get in there. And it's on the smaller stuff that I've seen just from observing, smaller things that you don't think will happen that just, and it's so the worst, it's like Kowalski, when he got his injury. And then I've seen a couple others. You just really feel for people, because, hey, we're all got a camaraderie together, you know, you don't want to see your fellow wrestler hurt, you know? I mean, it's just you don't want anybody to experience it. But I've fortunately been very lucky thus far, and you always know that each time you get in the ring that something could happen. So,
Yeah.
boy, I'll tell you what, yeah, and it's the unfortunate part with me with I've been battling problems with my knee off and on, and like the inside of my knee, I got no meniscus. I'm bone on bone on my left knee on the inside part now. That sucks, and I guess eventually, maybe down the road, I might be having a knee replacement, but I don't know when that will come, and I don't want to push for it because that'll put me out for a good while. And
sure.
I like to get by for as long as I possibly can without having to do that. But boy, I'll tell you what, concussions are no joke, and they it sucks, especially when you suffer one from a strike from the back of the head, which is what my last one was about 7 years ago, where I got tossed out of a battle royal, and I didn't get out far, and I happened to fall right on my backside on the floor, just clearing the apron, and then when I hit the backside, I flung back, and I hit the I hit the steel foundation of the ring with no padding,
Mm.
and and it hurts. I mean, it just rung my bell so bad, and I barely got home because I didn't want to upset. I didn't want to upset my wife. I was only like 25 minutes away from home. I made it. But no, I went to try to work the next day because I sit and work on computers, and I could not focus, and I started having pain. So I actually put myself out of work for about 3 weeks because I was banged up from a concussion that bad. So it sucks, man.
Yeah, it sucks that happened. It sucks that it happened, and it's just I never got the memo about this fake wrestling stuff. Did you guys get that memo?
No.
I hear about it on the internet a lot, but no one's really come with any truth about the
I
fake
do too.
wrestling.
I
The
do
truth
too.
about fake wrestling. I want to see a book on that.
Yeah, no kidding. And just you telling that story there, Rick, it just, yeah, it just, you always hope the worst doesn't happen. And when you get injured, it takes time off of other things, family stuff, work, wrestling, anything. You just try and get through and give 100% as best you can and still try to avoid injuries. But it doesn't always happen, you know?
I mean, I never had any real injury. I mean, my lower back was always in pain when I let them because the ring was just shit. Let's just be realistic. But the dumbest injury I've ever seen this do, like, when kids start their first match, they want to do all these spots they see off TV or some shit. And this one kid decided to front flip off the apron onto some tile floor.
Wow.
And I was like, you're an idiot. I was like,
For
nobody was
25
standing
paid
there.
people.
Yeah, that's literally what the hell it was. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And he gets back to the back, falls on the ground. Nobody feels sorry for him. We told him not to do it, but he did it anyways.
You owe me $1.
Not going to be wrestling very long doing stuff like that. So,
because I hate when somebody says I saw it on TV. I'm like, no.
No. Yeah, I think the PS5 was on the TV at the time on WWE 2K24. That's what they saw it on.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah. Go right ahead.
So you just finally we're gonna fast forward a little bit here to just recently, like not even Waterloo was a weekend ago, last weekend, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, July 19th.
Yep. Yeah, and you walk away with that beautiful Central State heavyweight title off of Glenn Williams.
Cheated, damn it!
What was going through your head when you're at such large? Because this is now the second large event back to back this year. The FanFest was the first one. Now Waterloo and their Hall of Fame ceremony. What was going through your head being able to accomplish two of these huge obstacles in some sense? Because Glenn Williams is no one can shake a stick and say he's a bad wrestler or anything like that. He might do some things that some people question, but still, he's a damn competitor in there. What was going through your head when you accomplished these two things back to back in the same year, my friend?
Oh, you just definitely feel grateful. You feel grateful and thankful, for the matchmakers that put you in those positions. For my family standing behind me. It wasn't anything I could have ever dreamed of. Like it makes you feel good when somebody takes a chance on you. And Glenn is a fantastic wrestler, fantastic opponent. He just, he's carried this championship, for a long time. So really just, hey, you're thinking of all sorts of stuff. Hey, I don't want to get hurt. What am I going to do to defeat this guy? I want to represent, the Hall of Fame weekend well. FanFest too, getting in there with Warhorse. Can I hang with a guy like Warhorse? And then you have the Battle Royal. It's like, hey, I want to win that and hopefully do Bruiser Brody's name proud. And you just, every time in there is an audition, I think. You're auditioning for the next time, So I guess just overwhelmed with so many feelings of happiness, grateful, scared, nervous. I mean, that's what I was feeling in those two events in particular, FanFest and then the Hall of Fame weekend at Waterloo. So
I like it.
Yeah.
So Mr. Herb Simmons had a question for you. What do you expect out of a promoter?
Oh, what do I expect out of a promoter? Just putting me in a safe environment and whatever we'd agreed on, match wise, money wise, whatever, just, what I end up getting and that the promoter promises me, I guess is what I expect. But, not, I've always had promoters take good care of me. You know what I mean? And Herb's one of them. Herb's always taken good care of me. Troy Peterson up here in Iowa have taken good care of me. Tim Larson up in Minnesota. Eli and David for MAW Wrestling in Minnesota. I haven't had a bad experience because all the promoters I've dealt with are honest people and good people. So I haven't ever had to worry about it, So I guess those would be something that come to mind. Man, the places, especially as time has gone on, that I wrestle now, I wrestle there because I want to, and the promotion has been good to me. And that all starts with the promoter. You guys know. If the promoter's got a good leader, then yeah, I just got nothing but good things to say about, the promotions I've dealt with. So
I like this question a lot, actually, because one of the things that I think a promoter needs to do too is to point me in a direction for another ear that I can soak up on. That like send me in the direction that I need to, so I can learn from the best and become the best myself. Because Herb Simmons is one of my mentors, 100%. I'm going to say, I'll say it right now, say it in front of everybody. I don't care. I respect that man through and through.
Me too.
To the bone. Like, ever since Ruby introduced me to him and I got to actually finally shake hands with him. And our first experience wasn't the best, actually, because it was a phone call over some drama issue. But him and I had a great conversation, and then I finally got to meet him face to face, and like it was just instant. Like, I know you're the guy that has to teach me more, kind of thing. So, but yeah, it's the pointing me in the direction to the next best ear too, for me to listen, not ear, mouth, I guess, in that sense, so I can be the ear, to be the sponge, to learn the next lesson.
Yeah. And when we're all, I mean, if you're done learning in wrestling ever, then I think just that's it. You might as well just hang out at home, And I think, guys that are still in it, I think Ric Flair's still learning stuff. I'm sure Herb would tell you himself he's still learning things. But you have to be around guys like Herb and, Troy and various guys that have been around, because they'll help you, I mean, and because they care, they care. There's places out there that don't care, and Jim just said there, he's like, hey, he's had some bad experiences. Me too, man. Me too. You just gotta
getting paid in McDonald's coupons. That would be a one-off.
Expired McDonald's coupons.
Yeah. And the worst part is, I'm pretty sure I know the promoter he's talking about.
Yeah, and I think too, the ones that are the bad promoters, they don't last. They kind of weed themselves out,
Yeah.
Todd here saying he's been watching you for years, 17, 18 years now. You deserve this championship. You earned it.
Thank you, Todd.
I mean, you did pin one of my favorite SICW guys, a good friend of mine. But yes, I will say it right here, live on TV. Unfortunately, you did earn it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad to, unfortunately, have earned it. But I take it as a compliment. And, I mean, I just got to come down next weekend. And I got something to prove to all the fans down there at SICW. Ooh. I got to prove to them that it wasn't a fluke. And, and I know the match aired tonight on the SICW Explosion channel. And if you look at the lumberjacks that were around the ring, like, it was crazy. D'Lo Brown's out there. Bill DeMott's out there. The Baron is out there. I mean, the Cuban Assassin, just so many people. I mean, that's overwhelming, and Glenn Williams is no slouch, I've seen him have some of the best matches, that in SICW that I've ever seen, he's no joke. He's as tough as they come. So I got
Herb
my work
says
cut out for me.
Herb says Thunderbutt Patterson told him this week that your match was awesome. That's a
Oh,
compliment in
wow.
itself right there.
Yeah.
Also, let's note that SICW did today change their Explosion account to All Star Wrestling.
Oh gosh.
It's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to be
it was
known.
just done today,
Yeah,
though.
it was
so it's
just
okay.
done today. I was Dr. Drew posted it. I saw it. I shared it out. So I was just wanting to share that with everybody that it is going to be more easier to connect the dots now because both products are the same. But
Yeah.
SICW All Star Wrestling,
correct.
right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Fantastic. That's a good
Yeah.
name. That's a
It
good
is.
name.
It's really good. It brings that old school hometown feel back to the professional wrestling in my eyes.
Yeah, and thank you, Herb, for sharing that with me. That Thunderbolt said that because Thunderbolt's a great guy, and it was fun. You know, I went with Chad Olson, one of the guys on the board at the Tragos Thesz Hall of Fame here in Iowa. Chad and I went to pick up Thunderbolt, so it was awesome to hear him talk about his hometown because he's from Waterloo, Iowa, the history, and just different wrestlers that he's wrestled. He's wrestled everybody. I mean, the Funks and Ox Baker, and I mean, you name it. I don't want to list too many because the list will go on and on forever. But he's just a fantastic human being. So thank you,
Yeah.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you get a compliment like that saying that, that he really enjoyed your match, which was really good. I mean, like you said, you mentioned there's a bunch of star power around the ring during your match. Now, what I will do right now is I've been asked to kind of pinpoint a couple of shots from your upcoming challenger, former champion here, with Glenn Williams. So he wants to know what's up with this shot here about, I believe, isn't that the Cuban assassin in there? You got Bill DeMott behind you.
Yep.
I mean, I saw the match. I did happen to get eyes on the match. It was pretty chaotic toward the end. And just like anybody and everybody uh was basically found a way to get inside that ring. And then also he wants to show you this, how he didn't just
Cheated.
slip and fall because he felt that Bill DeMott helped you maintain the championship, because there's a lot going on there. Of course, you see Gary Jackson, Bobby D, this rookie with the big goatee. You know,
Why do you got to do that to me?
so yeah, so he feels a little disgruntled because he felt that you had a little bit of help. Well, to be honest, I saw the entire match, and it's not like you were not put in harm's way either in about the middle or early part of that match either. So you got bum rushed by the lumberjacks as well. So it's not like, I felt at this point it's kind of fair game, but you come across Bill DeMott, it's a different ball game. and the Cuban assassin. So
Yeah, and I think the Big Texan touched on it pretty well. This all happened after the match. I mean,
yeah, see, now he didn't tell me this, so
yeah. Well, I wonder if that's because, like, when Bill punched him, I wonder if he got concussed from the punch and doesn't remember that this happened afterwards, and it's because Glenn was messing with James Beard. Because as you see in the match, there's many times where James Beard is enforcing the rules, and I don't think Glenn liked that. I got a victory over him that night. I got my work cut out for me August 2nd. But I'll tell you what, like, when Bill punched him, I never seen somebody get hit that hard and drop so quick. So I feel like maybe Glenn isn't remembering it exactly how it happened. So.
Bill DeMott doesn't have tiny hands. He's got like mega soup bowls for like hands.
Yeah, he has some thickums.
He's got some thickums.
And I'd just like to apologize to Glenn, because if that's not a fair assessment of, the pictures that you showed and a fair assessment of the match, I'm sorry.
Well,
So,
yeah, no, I was just, I was just told, hey, what about these shots? Doesn't this say anything? I'm like, but I didn't know about the timeline on that. So,
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that too. Big Jim, I saw that too. So you mentioned Saturday night. So this is a big one. And I was trying to find the poster that had. I thought maybe you had a poster, but maybe not. But we're talking about three big matches here, with yours, and then we have the women's strap match between Miss Hyde and the 6'5" Lilith Khan, which those women have not have yet to have a decision finalized in a match, like 3 or 4 times. And strap match is going to, well, not only hurt, but this should put a winner to this. So, and then of course we got Attila Khan going once again to try and capture the classic championship by facing Bobby D. And once again, that it is this Saturday. The SICW still at the Collinsville Fireman's Hall at 9510 Collinsville Road. So they are still in Collinsville, people. And make sure you go to SICW.org to get more information on your tickets. If you want to reserve tickets, of course, it's 618-286-4848 is your number that you want to call if you're looking to reserve seats, tables, whatever the case may be. Make sure you're making that call and make sure you make this big card. And look at this. Strictly Business Brandon Beretta. Talk about a dude. Talk about a workhorse, a Brandon Beretta. That he's made strides in OVW. Is he still OVW tag champion? I
Yes,
think?
he is 100%.
He's OVW tag champion. He's working NWA, and he's coming back to face the one and only Night Train Gary Jackson,
the original workhorse. No, I'm just kidding.
Man,
That's
like
true.
I said, this is that's
Steve,
4
right? The
major
original
matches
workhorse.
right there. Yeah, it's 4 major matches right there, and like I said, this is not the old goody two shoe Top Gun Brandon Beretta. This dude is did a total major 180 in every aspect that you can think of. So, guys, like I said, it's definitely your price of admission just for those 4 matches alone. So
I mean, I can tell you which one's my already main event because all 4 matches are main events, of course, right?
yeah.
But Lilith versus Miss Hyde, them 2 women, just from the monstrosity that they brought to each other at FanFest 3 alone in the beatdowns, and then I got to see like snippets of the last times that they tried to have matches, and then I was at a thing where they beat the crap out of each other again too, and so these 2 women are going to destroy one another.
Wow. And which, by the way, can we not give some major ups for the Gem City Mouth?
This right
real
here,
quick.
100% pay-per-view material right here. What I do wrong?
Give some ups for the Gem City Mouth as he made his debut on SICW All-Star Wrestling tonight.
Oh, cool.
I did.
Yeah.
Good.
Enzo, sorry, buddy.
He'll get up. But no, this is a spectacular card. Once again, August 2nd is this Saturday at Collinsville. I am making plans to at least be in attendance there, so we'll see what happens. Man, it's just going to be fantastic. And once again, Lilith Khan is one to watch. She actually just had a match this weekend, defeating 3 women in a gauntlet match. So, and dude, she's a beast, man, in every sense
Look
of the
at
word.
her dad, though. Her dad's going to I don't want to say he's going to beat Bobby D. I love Bobby D.
I want a challenge, man.
Yeah,
I do want a challenge.
Bobby D's my buddy.
I think there's a lot of unfinished business with business with all these matches. Miss Hyde and Lilith. No,
not you. Whoa and no to Big Texan. No, I am not. No.
Up here in Iowa, Attila and Bobby D were fighting outside, and they fought to a no contest. So they got unfinished business. Glenn Williams and I, of course, I got something to prove coming down to, defend this championship. And, I'm pumped to see Gary Jackson and Brandon Beretta. Gary's a great guy, fantastic wrestler. And Brandon's going to be one to watch, too. I mean, so many good matches on the show this coming week.
Hey, Denver Murray, sorry, buddy. If you hit a comment, my apologies. But happy birthday to you this upcoming Tuesday, Denver.
Happy birthday.
It's not that I skipped him. It was we just weren't to a spot where I could go back and say, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's all right. Hey, buddy, you want to if it's your birthday, you want to get recognized.
I know. I apologize.
It's all right. It's mad action going on when it comes to SICW, and it's just the summer is just getting hotter, even with these extreme warning hot temperatures that I've been living with through these past 5 days, and 2 more to go. And yeah, I don't like it. My electric bill probably is going to be projected to be about, I don't know, in the area of $400 plus. So I'm looking forward to it.
Happy you're not in Illinois.
No.
Oh, shit.
I
try Indiana.
I was sweating just thinking about.
Everybody's going to be sweating August 2nd when they go to SICW's show and the action's just so hot the air conditioner blows out. In Collinsville.
No.
That's what's going to happen.
See, first off,
the promotion needs to buy a lot of deodorant and start handing it out at the door.
You do not know about this Fireman's Hall and how warm it can get anyway without a heat warning. So we are praying that it doesn't get overcome.
I'm just telling you, man. It's going to get hot.
Well, like I said, there's going to be a lot of swamp ass at that thing, and we all know half of them didn't take a shower before they got there.
Oh, Lord, bro.
Look, we know I'm telling the truth.
Just because you're thinking it doesn't mean you got to say it all the time.
Just because you live in Evansville doesn't mean that everybody in Evansville is here across the states.
I'm not. Look, we're talking wrestling fans in general.
Oh, jeez.
Big Texan's throwing his predictions out. I know he's fed up with all the BS going on in SICW and the vermin and all that kind of stuff, and he's ridden SICW of the vermin. So he's on a mission. He's on a mission right now.
Yeah. Yep. And the rumor is true. I am heading to Vegas in 3 weeks. And for the CAC. I don't know. I think it was like a week, like the week prior or whatever. I just felt the calling that I had to go. But at least I'll get to see Herb accept that Carl Lauer Promoters Award this year.
That's going to be amazing.
So that's going to be awesome too. We're also, like I said, we're going to be preparing for CAC even starting as maybe as soon as next week. But I'm also going to have. I'm
not going to post that one.
I
won't post that one. I'm just kidding.
If you find my room, you might. So you never know.
Take a shot and a beer.
That's funny. No, it's there are some things. There are some things in the works regards to upcoming, and maybe even after I get down to Vegas, maybe what we can possibly do on a show. Just depends on my arrival, because we'll talk further about that once I get some confirmation about that. But all the ducks have to be in a row. I cannot have any delays. I cannot have anybody be late. As far as my Uber driver, nothing. It all has to go in line.
Good luck,
man. I know this guy named Tim down there. I think he does Uber. You should give him a call.
Does he live in Hollywood, Nevada?
I don't. Kayfabe. Kayfabe.
You stop.
We love you,
Stop.
GQ. We miss you.
Yeah. So yeah, because like, so let's kind of get the one thing I did want to mention in regards to this, like I said, a lot of your work has come out of Iowa with Impact Pro Wrestling. Um, so you said that's Troy's promotion, right?
Yeah, Troy Peterson and Travis Shillington, TS, who trained me. It's their promotion, and they've been next year will be their 25th year promoting.
Ooh, nice. Damn.
Nice.
That deserves a clap. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, um, so obviously you're a regular there. In fact, uh, you were a champion for a long time. You may even still be champion. I'm sorry if I lost track on that, but I know
I
you have the
lost
belt.
it. I just recently lost it.
Oh,
I lost it probably, I'd say about 3 months ago to the Big Picture, who I actually trained with. We were in the same class together.
oh,
And
wow.
I lost it to him in a hardcore match.
Oh,
So
wow.
he power bombed me through a table in Burlington, Iowa, and yeah, he's the new champ. So
No, well, for crying out loud.
yeah,
Well,
that's all right. You're not gonna win all the time. There's always somebody bigger, better, stronger on any given day. You just
yeah.
got to go
I
out there and do your best.
think my first hardcore championship was like in a 6-pack challenge, and then the guy that I pinned before I power bombed him right on the wood coffin, and that sucker did
Oh,
not give.
oh,
Nice.
uh, yeah. So I was pretty brutal back in that day, and like I said, I was the very creative hardcore type of where you got 5 other people to worry about with you hitting you with whatever.
oh
I mean, you
man.
got box fans, traffic cones, what running hitting you with shopping carts. I mean, my God, that was fun hardcore back in the day.
Oh yeah. Some of them. I always love the cookie sheets. And then, have you ever been hit in the head with a keyboard before?
We
Yes,
know somebody that has, and trust me,
I have.
it's
Yeah,
it's tougher than what it looks because you don't know where it's going to break off, and where the keyboard breaks off could actually jab you.
yeah,
And I
That could
got hit
actually be
keys
pretty
first.
dangerous.
yeah. And the letters go flying everywhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
You go
It's like a
shopping tomorrow, we can
piñata or
get some of that
something.
shit at Walmart. I was just like doing grocery shopping.
My gosh, it's horrible how something so like small and cheap and you don't use anymore yet wants to make a big
Yeah.
impact. No pun
Oh yeah.
intended.
Yeah.
Whenever
Then-
you're hitting somebody with it, and it just goes
Yeah.
everywhere. Oh my gosh,
Try-
yeah. I did pull out the whole bowling ball trick before too. So
I've seen that one before.
hey, I would say my shot was worker good. That's all I'm saying.
Very
It was
nice.
good. So, but no, those are fun matches when I had the chance to do those, and yeah, 2-time hardcore champ. I think I forgot to put that on my resume. Did I? I don't know. Who cares? Um, but no, man.
You good, Case?
So when is Impact having their next show?
So Impact Pro Wrestling, I haven't seen on the schedule when the next one is.
Okay.
But I had one last night, and we do a lot of county fairs. So with the SICW show at Hall of Fame last week, that was kind of in the mix of 6 or 7 Impact Pro Wrestling ones that I was a part of. So I've been
Wow.
kind of going pretty steady for the last 2 weeks or so, but all
Wow.
fun stuff. A lot of fun county fairs. The SICW event in Waterloo was great. The Hall of Fame ceremonies. Summertime's a good time for wrestling, as you guys know. So just
Yeah.
a
It's
lot of
just
stuff to be a part of. But
yeah. Fairs are fun, but when I have to deal with this dreaded heat that we have right now, I'm sorry, I'm finding a way to get sick
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
without and not show up because I don't know. It's just hellacious here. I mean,
it's
for
too
this
warm.
past week or so.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see. How hot is it up there? Is it that warm or?
So up here today, it was. I know my car said 100, so that's probably up a little bit just because it's contained. But I want to say it was like in 97, 98
Oh,
today.
gosh, yeah. Like right now, right here, it's like 85 degrees, and it's like
Yeah, it's a warm one.
It
10:40 at
was
night.
113 with humidity here.
Oh,
Mhm.
It's like swamp, like totally swampland, man. Oh my gosh.
Like,
and really we kind of needed all the rain and stuff we've been having. I know
Hmm.
it's kind of gone from one extreme to the other, but it's been nice to have some heat. You know.
yeah.
I think it rained like maybe like 2 hours. It like scattered around the area yesterday, and that just they're okay for a while, but then now the heat came back again today, and it's not the greatest.
Yeah.
So, uh, but no, man. But no, I think I know we take it up a little time,
That's all
and
right. It's all good.
you know, it's we just want to make sure everybody's enjoying themselves, and
Oh yeah.
especially having a good conversation about wrestling, all in general. Um, because at the end of the day, we can be across the ring as foes or whatever, but outside the ring, we're still human beings. You
Yeah.
know, the grudges should be inside the ropes, not outside the ropes.
Right.
Is what I always
And
take it.
I very much enjoyed this tonight. I always it's always cool when somebody asks you to be on their show. I really enjoyed the wrestling conversation here tonight, and it's been. Don't worry about taking up the time. I enjoyed it. It just it's nice to chat with you guys about wrestling, and it was an enjoyable conversation. So thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. You
So
keep,
so
keep
before
doing what you're doing.
yeah. So I guess two more things before we let you go here tonight is one, where can people find you online, or at least to where they know your bookings are at? And second of all, do you have one more message to send out to Glenn Williams before you make your way down here next weekend?
So you can find me on Facebook, James Jefferies. Um, on X, my handle is at the real J double on X.
Okay.
James Jefferies on Instagram. Probably Facebook is the place you can find my bookings and my schedule. With Impact Pro Wrestling, SICW, and other wrestling events. I just want to thank all the people that come to the shows and that have had me at their wrestling events. It means a lot to me, and just a message for Glenn Williams here, real quick. Glenn, I'm going to come down to Collinsville and give you 100%, just like I gave you in Waterloo. So I appreciate. There's no lack of respect on my end for you, Glenn. You're a very tough wrestler, and I know I have my work cut out for me. So coming down, thank you to SICW for always having me and for having me down again here this coming week. Um, I'm gonna. I want to represent the fans of SICW wrestling and the promotion. So that's a huge feat, and I want to live up to it. So, Glenn, I hope you're ready. I'm certainly going to be ready for you, and looking forward to seeing all the fans there at SICW. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And Herb, with his last comment, says he appreciates your hard work and hope you can hold on to the title. He also says that Glenn Williams says he has a surprise for you. So whatever
Well,
that means, it means it could be anything. So you got to be ready for anything when it comes to
well,
winning.
I'll be looking over my shoulder for that surprise because I mean that's where a couple of his surprises last week came from. So I'll be looking all the way around in Collinsville. And Herb, thank you for having me. Thanks for your friendship and thanks for having me down there at SICW. It's been great getting to know your family over the years, and I'm going to try my best to get a victory.
There you go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the SICW Central States champion, the one and only James Jefferies. And I am making my way to at least be in attendance for that show Saturday night. And then we'll see how things pan out, man. But yeah, it's going to be real interesting here with big matches with yours, trying to hold on to that Central States title. Your first defense, obviously,
Yep.
after winning it. So we'll see how that goes, man.
I'm going to try my best, and much respect to you guys. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
an
sir.
enjoyable. Thank you for an enjoyable night of conversation, and much respect, and all my best to you guys going forward in the wrestling business. It's so much fun, and Rick, I'm sure you feel this way, and and hopefully all three of you guys feel this way. That as the years go by, I hope you keep enjoying it, because it's such a good business. There's a lot of good people in it, and there's a lot of good wrestling fans. So, whether you're on the good side or the bad side, just hey, enjoy the business because it's certainly gives you a lot. If you love it, it'll love you back.
Yep. Z will
I've
find
enjoyed this.
enjoyment
Yeah.
out of anything. So,
Yeah. I am your dude. You could send me any wrestling video, wrestling company across the whole world, and I've probably watched everybody at least once, or attempted to watch everybody just once.
Awesome.
And then it doesn't help that Ruby brings on guys here and gals here that I don't have a clue who they are. And I'm like, all right, now it's time to go search. And then I'm getting deeper and I'm getting deeper because I'm just a wrestling junkie, like legitimately a wrestling junkie. Yeah, 100%. It is my drug of choice. It's where I like to go. It's my favorite thing. It's what I wake up wanting to talk about. And we do other things. So I have a stream called Zmiz Cancel Gaming, where it's just us buddies talking trash, racing each other, wrecking each other. Even there, somebody will bring something up and we're talking about wrestling, and all the guys are like, so yeah, wrestling.
man.
Yep. It's a good time.
Shoot. Well, like I said, James, we appreciate your time here tonight. We'll see you down Saturday in Collinsville, and have a good rest of your week. And we'll look forward to next weekend, man.
Hey,
Keep it
thank
up,
you
sir.
for having me. You guys have a great rest of the week. I appreciate you all so much. And will I see all three of you down in Collinsville?
I will not
No,
be
I
down
won't be
there,
there.
the second, but I am going to be doing my dangness to get down there the third.
Okay. Good. I'll be down there for the third too. So I'll see you on the third,
Yep.
and looking forward to catching up with you guys. So thank you again for having me. I
Have a good one,
appreciate it.
sir. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Take
James.
care, guys.
Appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you.
All right.
I don't
So,
know. What if Alan's
good
couch is
conversation,
available?
man. Good open conversation with the new SICW Central States champion, James Jefferies here. So I mean, it went a little bit longer than usual, but hey, that's what happens when you get to talking wrestling, you get to talking about their journeys and everything else, and that's what we mainly made this show for, is for that, because falls count everywhere. Because like you said, you don't know who I'm going to be pulling in. In fact, some of the guys I don't even know who I'm pulling in, but
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I guess guys like, hey man, I did da 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 da, or I get a, from my old buddy Matt Classic from AIWF. I'm like, hey, can you get this guy on? He's got a great story. And I'm like, okay. So then
I
we go
mean,
and do our search.
I've Ava, of course, is one of them. I've legitimately followed her now since she's been on here.
Oh man,
Buzzsaw,
she's on fire up there,
I
man.
continue to watch Buzzsaw. I like him and what he does
Yeah,
in the things.
Bloodsaw. Yeah,
Brick Savage, enjoy them thoroughly. My good friend Rohit Raju and Ricky Reyes, even though he retired, but them are two of my favorites still. Like that, and Raju, I don't care. That dude, I will walk and pave the floor for him. I will buff the floor as that mocha animal just destroys everybody because he's just that damn good. And it's sad that he doesn't get the respect that he deserves.
So disrespectful these people are.
But no, everything from what we've been doing here and the voices we've been able to listen to, the people, the characters, the wrestle, like everything about it is amazing because it is that, and it opens more doors. You get to see more promotions, you get to see other things, and it's made my catalog bigger. And I'm tired. No, I'm not tired of seeing my friends. There are people I enjoy or like Brandon Beretta, like Chris Exodus, like all those guys go OVW, NWA, because now I'm watching that stuff because they're my friends. Like I'm going to support my friends. I'm going to support the guys I respect thoroughly in the business, and watching them grow has made me want to go. No, I'm going to be in that car ride next time around, or when I get a chance, or when it comes my way, because I'm excited to see what happens.
yeah. I'll tell you. If you get down there next Sunday, at least I should at least try to make it down there next Sunday, and we'll make things happen. But of course, we also got a lot to talk about because next weekend is big too. That's
Yeah.
all big, and
Well, they have
we'll talk
August
about
9th. They have their show. We have our show, IEW, where War taking IEW to face Dysfunction for control of IEW. Let's see if they can do it. I don't know. Brandon Espinosa and his team are wild, and you never know what Dysfunction has up their sleeve. So IEW's got some big things happening. Herb and SICW is destroying it out of the park. I'm telling you, that Lilith Khan versus Miss Hyde, that whole card is stacked. But that match is going to be the banger of bangers.
Yeah, absolutely.
On top of
definitely should
SummerSlam
be.
next week too.
See, yeah, that's what we're talking about. SummerSlam is going to be all next week. And we'll kind of talk about that maybe a little bit. But how about we talk about a few other things here real quick before we get out of here tonight? Going back on the heels of Slammiversary when we were not on last week. And kind of want to get your thoughts after the results here because we still have, Trick Williams as Trick and A. Booking 101, right. And then of course now we have Masha losing the TNA Knockouts title to JCJ, which I never would have saw JC2 belts coming. I'll be honest. So with that being said, even with Carlos Silva at the helm now with TNA, how's that TNA WWE merger working out? I mean, you think it's really benefiting TNA to keep strengthening? Because I thought really here at this point, I thought the whole merger was to help with TNA strengthening their brand, kind of get it to even out. But right now, it doesn't seem that TNA is really on the winning end of this benefit here because we got all NXT talent taking the major titles here, and I'm surprised that nobody from the tag team from NXT is trying to get the titles off the Hardys, which is crazy. Which who won again last week, by the way? So like they needed the title, but
That's so that we can get, that's fine. Let them
But-
have their
Throw up
thing.
in my mouth again.
Stop it! We're gonna see Dudleys versus the Hardys in Bound for Glory. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with getting that. Oh yeah, 100% go Dudleys. But no, I'm 100% okay with it. As much as I'm still not a fan of the Hardys through and through, right? Okay. Once again, kind of like other people, they've done a lot for the industry when it comes to tag team wrestling. We got to give them the props for that. they've done a lot, and it's gonna be cool to see that match happen. But with this whole JCJ winning the women's title, and I hadn't watched it. I just watched it. I finally was to catch up on wrestling 100% today, and finally watched it. For one, I want to say that match was stellar by those two. So I'm gonna not smash JCJ as much as like I was going to at first, because I was pissed. I was not happy. I texted Ruby about it. I said that is dumb, that is goofy, and I brought up things that Texan and I talked about on I think episode 200. We were talking about it, right? And like I was for Trick winning it, and it made sense-ish, and the storyline's been good, all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't make sense for JC to win it, in my opinion. It just does. Like, why do that? Because it seems like a slap into the face. But then as I thought about this more, it kind of makes sense that the bigger company, or the more performance ready performers, right, won it. Okay. Now it's going to be the dog chase, the underdog chase of the century, because it's not just one person being the underdog now, right? It's not just one individual. It's the whole company is the underdog now, because the major brand just took their titles, or the step up brand NXT. Also, if you look at Slammiversary, if it was such a bad idea for Trick Williams to win the title, would they have made a record-breaking 7,600 some people in attendance? I can't say they would have. I don't know if they would have. You didn't, and this is not a knock on AEW now, because TNA and AEW did their partnership, and that was garbage. It didn't make TNA watchable. It didn't make TNA want to be watched. It was Tony Khan pooping on TNA. Have you seen one time WWE pooped on TNA? No, they haven't. They haven't trashed them. They haven't dogged them. They've acted like they could be, but we're also seeing the difference that WWE is this monster, TNA's this pup. That's it. So now you got the pup trying to chase the monster, and it builds this storyline, and it makes me want to tune in to TNA. We were talking maybe 4 months ago when I said TNA's still not 100% watchable, right? I said that like it's still hit or miss. You can miss it one day, you could watch it another, and you still know what's going on, how it's feeling, all that stuff. But now with this partnership and how well JC and Slam Masha wrestled, right? It makes me want to watch it more now to see where it's going and how it's going to go, and how does TNA take it back. Because when I think it was Frankie Kazarian interrupted Trick Williams' match and helped and hit the person, and then Vic Joseph flipping, right? Vic Joseph? Or am I getting Vic Joseph.
NXT's announcer?
No, not NXT. TNA. On Slammiversary.
Matt Rangwell? Or
no,
Tom
not Tom Phillips.
Tom Hannafin. Okay.
Yes, Tom. So when Tom got in Frankie's face and was yelling how are you gonna do that? He's not TNA. That sold it, bro. That's that sugar on top. That's that moment of time where somebody's vocals enhanced what happened in the ring, and it was happening in the thing. So no, I'm not seeing it that way. I'm seeing it as this. As much as I still want to be mad that WWE has TNA's belts with NXT, I'm not at this time, because we're still building what TNA really is and what it's going to represent, I think. And they're trying to build it as kind of that second company in all aspect in North America. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm not hip on JC winning the title. I really wanted Masha to win the NXT title, but we'll see what happens, because I think that would have been, I guess, I'm just rooting for TNA. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, shoot. Have you had a chance to kind of take in with all this going on, Austin, and as far as what's your take on with teams, how they're looking at right now with this whole working partnership?
I mean, I like it. I think it's getting more and more eyes each week. I mean, it might not be a lot each week, but I think they're getting more eyes on TNA just because they're partnering with NXT. And as Zmiz said, big brother versus little brother, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
And I think it's honestly, I mean, like I know you said it wasn't the greatest idea or you don't like it that much. I think it's a great idea that she got the title just because of the fact that now you got TNA fans more and more wanting to watch it just because they want to get their title back. Just for not for the wrestlers, but for themselves as TNA fans. So
my issue is it's not really that. So what is this now? What is this group? Fatal Influence?
Yeah, Fatal Influence.
What was the original one with her, JC? It was JC, Mandy, and Gigi Dolan.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just a rip-off copy, carbon copy. And I'm not that big of a JCJ fan. Fallon is my money in that group.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for me to just support her in that sense because I just didn't see her in that. She killed it. Once again, not knocking the woman because I thoroughly enjoyed their match. 100%. Thoroughly enjoyed it, but it just threw me off. It just threw me off in the moment. But yeah, it's that little brother, big brother, and I love it. Plus, at the same time, to see AJ Styles come out to You Believe You Can Fly again in TNA, coming back to the home, coming back to where it all. Because you think Sting, you think WCW, right? You think Sting is WCW, just how like Ric Flair was NWA. In all aspects, Hogan is WWE, right? They're the guys that you automatically you say those three letters and you're like, boom, that's the guy. AJ Styles was that to TNA, and to see the prodigal son come back home to TNA and this light and this breath being breathed into TNA, because we've all been clamoring for years for that second company and that other entity in professional wrestling again. TNA has always been that light for me on it. TNA was always that company. So to see him and the guy that like I had to really come to like and enjoy and learn to respect, and now you can't say wrestling without AJ Styles, in my opinion. Like, you just can't do it. What is he going to bring to TNA now? Because is that just a one-off thing, or are we going to see him do other things with TNA? And then how does that establish in? Where does it lie? I'm curious on it. I'm curious if they're developing TNA to be another brand of WWE in a sense, or is it going to still be its own entity, and like how AAA is right now? Like what is our end goal of it? And it makes for good TV. It really does, and it makes me want to tune in.
I think it was just the one-off because so many people wanted to see it happen because it's been forever. I mean, last time he was there, you didn't see the whole crowd singing his song like the way they was. That was insane, and I loved every second of it. I watched that video, I think, 10 times back. I'm not.
Oh, it was amazing.
But I think it was just a one-off personally.
I hope it's not.
I mean, me either. I want to see him back, but I think it was just a one-off personally.
God dang it! Who won the X Division again? It's right there.
Yeah, Leon Slater.
Leon Slater, and his reaction to it coming out.
Oh yeah.
Can I please get a Leon Slater AJ Styles match? Can that please happen? Like, put that at WrestleMania in an X Division match.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
What have I been saying? What have I been saying for the last 2 years? The only way for WrestleMania to get bigger is to have these other promotions come in and do it, and they're building the promotions right behind them.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally building the promotions right behind them. The groundworks, the whole navigating kind of thing. Why not? How crazy would it be? We saw last year,
Joe Henry,
as Texans said, Joe Hendry, their champion, gets squashed by Randy. It's Randy Orton. Of course he's going to get squashed. It's Randy Orton. Randy Orton squashed some of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Why would he not? But at the same time, how cool would it be to have the title that made TNA famous? The title that legitimately was the title that was put on the back of the workers and what made TNA such a different aspect get showcased at the World of Immortals with AJ Styles trying to go for the X Division title. Telling Leon Slater, okay, you want a match? You want a match? We're doing it here. And this is how we're doing it. We're doing it in my area. Because I deserve this spotlight. Dude, that match would be phenomenal. No pun intended. Hey, as Mr. Herbson says, I'm pretty sure that was booking one right there. Like, it doesn't have to be a one-off. AJ got a few years left, and that would be a stellar way to do it, and cement TNA now as maybe not like a competitor, but like an entity there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, tell you what else we're looking into here, guys. Is we know. So I want to know.
Oh, by the way, these things are amazing. So if you're a non-alcoholic guy, go to Summit. This is a non-alcoholic beer. This thing's amazing, awesome.
Well, what's the point?
Well, it has mushrooms in it that actually heightens you. No, I want it differently, my dude.
Yeah.
And
well, never go for that because let's just kind of throw the question out there. There is an official card. We don't know what's happening on which night, but 2 nights. I guess we'll kind of put it here to. Is there anything you're looking forward to at SummerSlam? If not, I could run down the cards because
I know they put Punk in a Gunther night 1 and then Cody and Cena night 2. I saw that officially.
Okay, I can see that. I'll say
I've seen that on Twitter, X, whatever the hell y'all call it. But I saw that earlier. But I'm wondering what they're going to do with Drew McIntyre because I keep seeing those stories about him being stuck and he can't get back home. He might not get back home in time.
Something tells me that's a work.
I hope it's not. I mean, I hope it is. I mean, I hope it is a work. But that would be ugly. All that build up and then he can't do that match.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Wait, I haven't heard this. What are we talking about?
Drew McIntyre
stuck. I guess he went home overseas or something, and he doesn't have his
visa
to get back home. He said it expired or something like that. Kodak, stop.
Well,
oh my God,
that's what gets her talking crap on Logan Paul's podcast the other day. I'm pretty excited for Jade and Miss Tiffany. I'm pretty pumped for that match.
That'll be good.
If you follow Drew's X, his last one was like, "Why am I stranded? Why am I cutting a promo with cows?"
It's this card's stacked, dude. So night 1 is headlined by Punk and Gunther, maybe, and then you have Tiffany versus Jade, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. What if Drew can't be there and he has to bring in Jake?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is Jake is? I mean, I know he's cardio ready for boxing, but
we didn't think Logan was ready.
Wrestling's too. He trained forever.
We don't know if Jake's not. Like, that's one of the things he wanted to do with his brother. He talked about it before.
I'm sorry. Only you and I would get this, Z, but Jake Paul looks like a Temu PT Beckham, so
100%. Not that I'm still a Beckham guy. So
dude, that TLC match is what I'm looking forward to more than anything.
So Judgment Day, Raquel and Perez going to lose to Alexa and Charlotte. I'm calling that right now. 100%.
Alexa messed up her nose good though. You see that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, she was bleeding hard. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. How crazy that Roman Reigns ain't going to be the main event of a PLE.
When's the tag match outside of?
To think about Roman's going to be on your PLE and he's not going to be the main event.
Yeah.
Or at least it shouldn't be that way. It should be either Jade and Tiff or Gunther Punk for me. And then Sammy versus Karrion Kross. And I really hope Karrion Kross destroys Sami Zayn. because I want El Generico back.
At least they're listening to the people now.
Yeah. Carrion keeps that dude is so dang good. It's not funny. Like I'm enjoying it. Thank you, Karrion Kross.
Yep.
And then so night 2 is capped off with John Cena, Cody Rhodes in a street fight. And do you think Cody's going to get his wish and get Dr. Thugonomics John Cena basically is what he was asking for in a sense on SmackDown?
I see it. I see after what Cody did to him, like, basically signing his hand or whatever, forcing his hand after going through the table spot. I see it.
Hey, by the way, that is not a legal binding contract. So, just saying.
Well, we got people breaking the law all the time.
Then we got the huge female triple threat match for the women's title with Naomi, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. That's going to be a sleeper match, I think, guys. Just saying.
Yes.
Naomi needs to come out on top on that.
100%. But that match is going to be a sleeper.
To quote Peter Griffin, bonerific.
Well, this one's not so much. Women's Intercontinental Championship match: Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria.
Hey, you left at the right time.
What?
I know I did.
What'd I do?
I was going to say, Austin Cage got up and left. It was like you mentioned the Women's Intercontinental match, and you're like, oh, he left at the right time.
And then we get Solo versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match for the United States champion. And why does this feel like it feels like an old field? Like going into this, I feel nostalgia for some reason with this match. I'm just saying, and we've never even seen it in a steel cage. But for some reason with these two, I feel like this nostalgia feel coming back. I really hope it's that. Like they're just going to decimate each other inside the steel cage. And please, for the love of God, like Jesse said, don't go through the door. At least be a man and climb over it. Looking at you, Damian Priest.
No, watch the latest Botchamania. They totally rid him on that, and we're like, why do they have a cage match on network television? It's like, yeah, they had two cage matches before, and you commentated on both of them, Jesse.
Dude, it was funny.
Dude's done lost his mind.
And then the men's IC title match, Dominic Mysterio finally putting his title up on the line with AJ Styles. And can we not?
Hey! Watch your mouth. That man's been injured. Watch your mouth. He had that paper written to the doctor. Watch your mouth.
This whole build, as goofy as it was,
dude, the janitor one had me dying.
It pisses me off Carlito wasn't there to like walk up and be like, I saw it too.
He said, I saw an AJ.
Like, dude, that stuff with AJ and Dom is pure gold. That put some coins, and that man just makes money. He prints money out of change. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Everything Dominic Mysterio has been doing on TV, in the ring, everything from podcasts to interviews to anything that man touches, it is like we are just watching.
Dude, 1 year of his career. 1 year of his career has been more entertaining than anything his father did. Period. Out of his father's whole career. Yeah, deadbeat.
Oh, I was gonna say because his real dad. I was gonna say his real dad had a really good performance. But no, like I just absolutely love Dominic Mysterio is pure gold. And then to cap it off, what Scott Austin said was the TLC match, the cluster F of a.
Oh my god!
I haven't said F all night.
No, you did.
Proud of me.
This would be your second one.
Did.
Okay, shut up.
That's why I say you owe me $1, bro. What the hell?
This is gonna be a clusterfuck. This is. I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
I'll say it.
This is gonna be an ow fuck match. This is what this match is gonna be.
Ow fuck.
Not clusterfuck. Ow fuck.
There's about $5 now.
Now we got to change.
Let's just hope nobody goes to the ladder like Mr. Potato Head did the other day.
Oh my god, dude, that ladder match was not that bad, and
I'm not saying bad. I'm just saying the way he went through that ladder, he's an idiot.
Him carrying Reed around and hitting people and then doing the world's strongest slam on it, like that was sick. Don't knock my dude Top Dollar. Stop it.
No,
Stop
I'm knocking every bit of it. The way he fell through that ladder to the outside. The idiot should have landed on his side.
Doing this here. We're not doing this.
He wanted to do the splits. Yes, we are.
Stop talking shit about Top Dollar. Stop it.
Look, no, Top Taco.
Top Taco. Not nada. Top Taco. I'm not going to unhear that one now. Thank you, Austin. Thank you. Top Taco.
Oh my god.
I can't believe you do him so dirty like that, man. He flew once and flopped. And people just don't give him any respect.
I wasn't worried about the flat. That spot out. The main thing that killed me was, like I pointed out to you, he looks like a damn potato.
Yeah. We have a meme built right now. Like I need to finish that. So.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
Austin Cage's views of Top Dollar.
Yeah, you tag him in it and you tell him that I said it, and I want to see the response.
Shoot.
Hey, dude, I think he would be he would probably laugh. He does look like a heftier Steve Harvey. He really does. Don't tell me you haven't seen it. Don't even try to say I'm wrong either. And it wasn't even being disrespectful.
Oh my god!
What did Peter say? Hefty, hefty, hefty. Whippy, whippy, whip.
With that, we're Ruby, take us home. I can't.
Oh god! We're going to talk about maybe the AAA invasion with Dirt.
Let's do that first. Yes, let's go back to
Dirt Down invading and hitting Vikingo with the Mega title. And holy crap! And then El Grande Americano, at least this version, is getting over very well.
Dude, I love it. Did you see where somebody? Did I send it to you guys? Where the podcast guys, where the guys like, hear me out on this. Everybody on the roster needs to be El Grande Americano at some point.
Like everybody has their own outfit that comes to the camera.
Yeah, they got their own version of El Grande Americano.
I'm totally okay with this idea, but yes, I really like what's going on with this character right now, and the fact that he's
like the way the doinks were spreading in the '90s and in the 20s now.
It would be hilarious to see all these different El Grande Americanos pop up. Tell me,
and they don't even have to say anything. They just pull it to a backstage interview.
Don't acknowledge it. Don't just keep going with it, because I think they're onto something. I really do, because the Mexican crowd, they were hot for El Grande Americano, and he's trying to poop on them. Like he's cutting an actual promo crapping on Mexico, and they're cheering for the man.
I thought he was saying he wasn't saying nice things about him.
No, he wasn't.
Cheering for him.
No, what they need to do if they do the pose is like they need to do that next Friday when they do he's like, "Hey, Daddy, how look dimp to the damn."
No, dude, think how funny it would be if El Grande Americano we get a Spider-Man meme with El Grande Americano in WWE. How freaking hilarious that would be, just out of nowhere, and that's how we find out who the real El Grande Americano is, and we go back to the original person. Like, man, ideas. I got ideas.
Until his injuries,
dude. I got ideas in cooking. Let's do it. It'd be hilarious. I'm so down with that idea. But Dirty Dom tacking the Kingo brings it to a fatal 4-way at Triple Mania for the Triple A Mega Championship.
Dude, that pop that he got was insane.
Who? Dom?
Dominic,
Dom.
yeah.
Oh my god, as soon as he take the mask off, they're like, oh shit, Eddie's here. Guerrero comes back.
That's funny. No, but no, that's gonna be yeah. That AAA was at is that Triple Mania
Triple Mania, yeah.
is
And it will be free on
six.
YouTube. It
That's
When is
will
it?
be
crazy.
streamed free on YouTube.
That is crazy because that's like their WrestleMania down in Mexico and they're putting that for free.
Why not, man?
When is it?
Damn,
I don't know.
damn.
But I will find out, and when I do, you will get the information because you text me all the time about stuff, and
Yeah.
I gotta find stuff.
Oh boy, yeah. But speaking of my big events, like I said, this coming weekend, the Saturday, freaking SICW Collinsville. Hey, what's up, Kojak? He's like, "Are you done yet?" Jeez,
Yeah.
And he's
we're
ready to
about
go to
done,
bed. It's
buddy.
past his bedtime.
Oh yeah, he's like, "Man, I want to go to bed. Damn it." But no, Collinsville, and of course, the next Sunday is going to be the SICW All Star Wrestling TV tapings. We will be back here next week working on the guest for, I guess, kind of priming ourselves for the Cauliflower Alley Club for the next for next Sunday, and of course, we may even just talk about some of the results from SummerSlam. Um, and like I said, we're gonna just kind of stay tuned, at least to our Facebook page, or even by next week, I might have some upcoming announcements for the show in the upcoming couple weeks regarding what we got planned. And I'm looking forward to it. But I also want to thank once again J Double James Jefferies for joining us here tonight.
What a
And
guest! What a guest!
you know, just having a great conversation with his wrestling career, and then what in his new ventures in SICW, trying to hold on to that Central States Heavyweight Championship. So definitely the best of luck to James Jefferies and all that. So, man, any final thoughts? Anything you're looking forward to upcoming here for your Austin Cage? Anything you got going on?
Shit, I'm trying to avoid the heat as much as possible. Trying not to sweat like a damn pig
Oh my God, yes,
outside.
yeah. Trust
Yeah,
me,
I'm tired of summer.
I know. And
Everybody complains at me for being a winter guy.
yeah,
I
and then
like fall where I'm not sweating my balls off and I'm not freezing my nipples off.
well, people are telling it's easier to cool down than it is to warm up. Well, you want to tell my furnace, you want to tell my AC unit that keeps blowing air.
Easier to cool down than warm up. What?
Yeah,
I can
know.
put more clothes on and blankets, people. I can only take so much off before it's a case.
Well, you know what I like about fall is I could still wear basketball shorts, and if I do get cold, all I gotta do is put on a long sleeve, and I'm fine. I ain't gotta do either one.
Stop talking. I like fall too. I'm a 75-degree weather guy. Like,
and we're not getting it here.
75 to 80. Can I keep it right there? Like, that's cool with me.
Give me
Remember,
72.
I ice bath for fun, so it doesn't bother me to be in cold water.
Shit,
Like,
I'm going to need the ice bath for necessity here in a minute.
I haven't been able to, bro, because as soon as I get the ice in the water's not cold enough.
Yeah, it's not cold anymore, right? So it's like you have to put like an ice block in with the ice.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, and then run that. So man, I'll tell you. Anything big for you, Z? I know you said maybe you're gonna try to make Sunday.
Yes, I'm planning on being down there for the taping on Sunday. So we'll see what happens. I got to make sure with my good friend Alan if the kiddos can go hang out because mommy works. So
Alan, you know you like it. Drink some goat pee.
I gotta get Mr. Allen to let the kids stay, but that's probably not gonna be a problem. I don't know. Maybe I try to shoot for August 2nd. Come down and visit too.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows, man?
I really wouldn't mind watching Lilith versus Miss High and see my good friend Bobby D retain his title, and then see my other buddy. I know this is going to be controversial. My other buddy Glenn Williams maybe get his title back. James, it was awesome having you.
Yeah.
Like, it was a pleasure. You're a great guy. You're a great athlete. You're an amazing in-ring competitor. But
Go Glenn.
And then Brandon, yeah, who doesn't want to forget about watching Brandon Beretta just take on Gary Jackson?
Yeah, I know that's gonna be a stellar card, man. Telling him. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be something else. But guys, once again, we thank you for watching. Once again, we couldn't do it here without you. Over 200 episodes in, we've scratching the surface here, even though we've been around for like 5 years, but we're already scratching the surface of getting to bigger and better things. And hoping forward that August is going to be a big month for us. So, with that being said, I think we're going to get out of here, right? I think so.
Oh, I didn't get to talk about my new. That's right.
Oh, God's sake.
Zmiz got pops that say Young Bucks.
All right, everybody on your screen, just go up here and just boom, right in the pop head for each one. Just double boom.
Dude,
it's double finger flick.
I want this set because it's the one with Cody. It's the New Japan set. So I got to get my Cody and Kenny now. It's for that reason.
I just lost my damn appetite.
Nah, whatever. Get out. Take us home.
Well, it's late at night. I'll just get a rice cake or something. Who cares?
Ooh, a rice cake sounds good.
For the Dirty Heel Austin Cage, I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby, and of course, that's the Gem City Mouth. Guys, we thank you very much for coming out. We will see you
on the other
down
side.
The road. And peace, love, and chicken grease. Bacon
for
grease.
Sure.
I don't know.
No, last time I got bacon grease, it burnt me.
That's because you don't cook when you're high. Good Lord.
Ruby, I do that always. Love you guys.
All right. Guys, have a good night. We'll see you next week, 9 p.m. Central for episode number 203. Have a good night.
I kicked him after that.